Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today let us discuss a new topic, a new chapter, that is Saturn in different houses in the chart. So anyway, starting from the first house, that is the head, I usually tell the head of a person, I am not taking the face, I am taking the crown of the head for the first house. So it includes the brain, the thought process, the self, the identity, the ego, the position, the status, many other places like, Jnana Janmastale, Kirti, Swapna Valayate, Nrupanayakhyayumshi Shantirvayah, as said in Uttara Kalamrita, many Karakatvas like Janmastalaha, that is place of birth. Kirti is fame. So Sukha, Sukha, that is either happiness or sorrow has to be seen from the first house itself. So we can see many signification from the first house, hundreds of them. But the main ones are to be tackled first in the basic level. So Saturn, which is also known as Manda or Shani, that is slow moving. Mandagati in Sanskrit or in many other languages in India means slow moving, or the main word Shanaischara means going slow. Chara means moving, Shani means slow moving. Very clearly, that particular word itself gives us an insight into the behavior of Saturn. When Saturn is sitting on the head of a person, he feels burdened, he feels pulled back, he feels things are not moving, he feels like something is dragging him, some force is not allowing him to perform normally, naturally. So he always feels that he is unlucky, he is always dissatisfied, telling that I could have done more. The brain functions faster because the mind is ruled by moon and it is sitting somewhere else. I'm not talking about moon with Saturn now. I'm talking about only Saturn in the ascendant, in the first house. Moon, wherever it is, if it is a strong moon, he'll have a strong mindset. If it is a weak moon, he will have fluctuative and disturbed mindset, dissatisfied mindset. But anyway, to have Saturn in the ascendant is not a good position because it is opposite its real position of the seventh house. Saturn usually is happy in the seventh house because it gains the strength in the west. The east is sun, so the reverse of it is west, that is Saturn. See, the overwork taken up with zeal and responsibility is like a challenge to, succeed. So Jupiter is a planet which takes up heavy loads of job like a challenge. It wants to succeed. But Saturn is not like that. It feels that, the back is paining, too much of hard work. I have to do it. It's an obligation, it's rather than doing it with the motivation. Saturn will tell, I got stuck into this mess. I have to do it. What to do? It's an obligation. So he will do it as though it is a duty to be performed without the zeal. If it is weakly posited on the ascendant, but if it is very strongly posited on the ascendant, and let us see how is it strongly posited on the ascendant when it is posited with exaltation, and if it is posited with a Mula Trikona Sthana, or it's giving rise to a Sasayoga in the Lagna, then Saturn is said to be positive. Though there is a lot of work and lot of burden associated with the native will take it up as a challenge and he will be able to successfully do it. then that is what is Sasa Yoga. Doing heavy work with lot of patience. So, Saturn, the master who teaches us patience, no other planet teaches patience and perseverance other than Saturn. Saturn can teach you a lot of patience. So, learning through experience is what you have to understand about Saturn. This is the caption. The whole life, you will understand life through experience only. It will be a tough start, it will be a slow start if it is a weak Saturn, and it will be of difficult conditions for the native. It will be a slow and steady start if it is a good Saturn. It doesn't mean that if it's a good Saturn, it will run. I'm not talking about a retrograde Saturn in the ascendant, which is a totally different thing. So let us keep our discussion purely restricted to a direct moving Saturn, which is normal in its speed, and either it is, exalted, debilitated, or weak. But we are not talking about the avastha of retrogression or vakri. These people are thin, they have stoop, that is, they bend forward, they look like, like they stoop in the front, they as though they are very tall and they are, want to look a little short. It's nothing like that. Every person with a Lagna Saturn will have a little bit of front bend who actually looks, a little down, stoopy. So, if it is badly posited, it affects the spinal cord or particularly the backbone. Tuberculosis of the backbone is associated with Saturn, particularly with Saturn. And because of that, we can see that the secondary effect of it is going to, having a stunted growth or hunchback, becoming a hunchback. So that is also associated with Saturn. Difficulty in grasping knowledge or anything, any situation also. They will take a lot of time to understand the situation. Before that, people would have understood, they would have fought and debated and argued, and they would have finished. By that time, Saturn will understand the situation and then he will give the best solution. If people have patience, sit around Saturn, listen to him, he will give the best solution. So, if it is a benefic, these people are like elephants. They are very strong in their, you know, whatever decision making they have taken. Resolve, that's the word which did not suddenly come to me. I'm talking Saturn. Things start moving slowly. I myself am a Saturn. So, the resolve, they are very sure. When they are sure about what they are talking, you cannot shake them. They have all the facts which can prove and have the strong background to support it. So they are like elephants in the sense, not with regard to their physical power, but with regard to their many memory. They have a very, very strong memory. If you have a benefic Saturn in the Lagna, you have an excellent memory. The same thing reverses. If you have a malefic weak Saturn in the Lagna, their memory fails. These people have a very tough time in their colleges and schools. So they love hands-on job. So these people like practical work, like going, building things, construction, fabricating things, going into factories, working on like tailoring, woodwork, carpentry, plumbing, all hands-on work, agriculture. The main thing what a Saturn does is agriculture. We all are living because of the hard work of Saturn. There is sun on the other side which heats up the land, gives rain, and Saturn is the one which plows the soil and gives you the food. So Saturn is the farmer. So respect the farmer. If at all you have a very bad Saturn, help the farmers. That's the best way you can perform a remedy for your own bad Saturn's placement. Do not unnecessarily, negotiate for a rupee or two with a farmer who is selling his, vegetables. Give him his worth. He might, a farmer, I'm telling, I'm not talking about a vendor. I'm not talking about that vegetable vendor who comes to your house every day. He is a middleman. I am talking about direct farm. If you are having that access to go to a farm, if you are even if you have to drive 2 or 3 kilometers from your place, drive, go to the farm, pick whatever you want from the farm, pay him handsomely. I will tell you that's a fantastic remedy for a bad Saturn in your chart. It's a fantastic remedy. Do it on a Saturday, it's much better, as it is Saturn. So I actually planned it to do it on a Saturday, but anyway, this has come on a Wednesday and I am doing it. So, all hands on work like blacksmith, working on sheet metal fabrication, all these hard, tough jobs, factory jobs. These can be done by Saturn. Even like hospital staff, they are doing a great service to this world. They have been paid peanuts actually. There is a huge disparity which I usually vocally I tell, that the nurses, the hospital staff, the even the gatekeepers, the guards, the security men, the parking assistant, these people are paid peanuts. How will they run their family? God bless. So this is where Saturn is sitting. So you need to help these people. Give them a tip, give them an extra bonus. They will be very happy and they'll bless you. So, all helpers. Particularly, Saturn is clearly seen in those who help the elderly. All those nurses who come home, they'll be there 12 hours, or sometimes people are there 24 bar 7 with your parents, sitting there, cleaning them, giving the wipe, washing them, drying them, feeding them, giving them physical exercise, talking to them. We can't do that. It is our lacking. We can't do that. So they are able to fill the gap, of a son or a daughter who can spend time, in the last days of their parents. They are trying to fill the gap. Please respect these people. These people are doing a fantastic job. You cannot do it, I'll tell you. Everybody cannot do this. Not just like that. You can't tell that I could have done it. No, you can't do it for a day. You will go mad within 2 days. These people are there for us to sit there and take care of our parents, take care of our elders in the old age home, wiping their mouth. Old age people, how what state they will be. And some of them would have gone through chronic disabilities. They can't even swallow their food. So why I am telling you this in length is Saturn is the one which has the patience. At a very young age, I have seen nurses who are only like 20 years, 21 years old nurses, male nurses, coming home and taking care of a male elderly person who is somewhere around 80 years old, having a stroke, can't move, and these young guys are strong enough, have the patience to sit there for 24 hours and take care of them. That is what is the patience of Saturn. So they are unemotional, they are very practical. These people are needed in this world. Today, you cannot be emotionally simply shouting for everything. You need to practically work. From where will the food on the plate come from if you don't work every day on the sand and the mud and the soil? You have to do it. You have to do it day in, day out, and only then you will get the salt. Preparation of salt is not a easy process. It doesn't simply go into some dryer. You can't put ocean water into some machine and simply keep getting salt. The regular traditional method of making salt is to put water, channelize the ocean water into salt pits, which are where the water is spread, and then you keep what we call it, they keep disturbing the water. I don't get the exact word actually. They keep disturbing the water. It's like titration. They keep disturbing the water, and then the crystals are formed. So it's a toiling hardcore job. So please respect every ounce of salt what you eat. There are people who are toiling in the sun and the hot sun in very hot places. So that is what is Saturn. They go through their job, whatever it is. So they are very unemotional. They don't show their anger or dissatisfaction, but that doesn't mean that only because they are showing you a lot of patience, that doesn't mean that they will not take the revenge for the harassment whatever you have done to them. So please do not trouble a Saturn. You trouble a Saturn, you be sarcastic to Saturn, you will get it one day. I am telling you, this is not just me telling. Saturn will give it back very nicely. So be helpful for all these people, the cleaners, the helpers, the assistants, the regular job goers, people who hang in the rush, you know filled up trains in Mumbai, go to their jobs, come back. These are hard working Saturns. Without them, the world will not run. So they are hard, they do hard physical work, routine work, and they do at late night shifts. They can do this, they can take the extra burden, they can do the overtime, and they can work in hard, harsh environments. So great people, hats off to you people. A salute to you. Thank you very much for your hard work. We are enjoying our life here. So I respect these people a lot. If it is well posited, these people can go to very high levels. Like Sasa Yoga gives, these people can go to very high levels. They'll simply enter into the managerial level. They'll not go from staff level or a clerical position. They'll directly go to a managerial level. People with a very strong and a positive Saturn, these people do things very slowly. They will have had a tough start. They will have everything slow only, but the grasping knowledge is slow. But the memory power is so good that whatever they study once, only once, it directly goes in and sits inside, and they do very good in examinations. These people get 100 out of 100 in their examinations. So they do very good achievements as top level management people in practical oriented industries, in places where it's like companies, factories, manufacturing units, and industries. So these people are toppers. But if it is negatively posited, these people become very jealous, greedy, pessimistic, and sadistic. This is for Saturn in the ascendant. So that means Saturn well posited in the Lagna, very good. If it is bad posited in the Lagna, very bad. So physical disabilities, problem having disabilities of the organs, limb problems of limb amputation, and all these things happen due to Saturn. So mental illness also happens due to Saturn because it also shows the retardation. So this is what is Saturn. So there's a lot of mix here. If it is good, it is very good, and if it is bad, God bless. So people with a bad Saturn, please do remedial measures. As I said, even a maid in your house is doing the Saturn's job. Help her out with her family, help her out with something. So whatever you can give her, she will be happy to you. So thank you very much for today's class.